I now give the floor to Ambassador Sacha Llorentty. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for convening this meeting. As this is the first time that I have had the privilege of addressing the Council in my capacity as chair of the 1540 Committee, I'd like to say how honored I am to have assumed my tenure of the committee in January this year. I am pleased to have the opportunity to brief the Security Council on the work of the 1540 Committee in its task of overseeing the implementation of Resolution 1540. Following from the outcome of the 2016 comprehensive review of the implementation of Resolution 1540 of the previous 5 years, Resolution 2325 was adopted on December 15, 2016. The committee intends to build on the momentum imparted by this reinforcing resolution through the committee's program of work agreed for January 1st, 2017 to January 31st, 2018. In that program, the committee agreed that it should continue to intensify its efforts to promote the full implementation by all states of Resolution 1540. A program of work for 2017 has been agreed upon by the committee and will enable significant progress towards a more effective implementation of the obligations under Resolution 1540. In this effort, the committee considers that a clear understanding of the challenges faced by its states in the effective implementation of the resolution is needed in accordance with operative paragraph 11 of the Resolution 2325. There's also a need to develop an approach to implementation and reporting that takes into account the specificity of states, inter alia, with respect to their ability to manufacture and export related materials, with a view to prioritizing efforts and resources where they are most needed without affecting the need for comprehensive implementation of Resolution 1540. This point is a key element in the effort to seek more effective implementation if it is to have any chance of success. The committee's next direct interaction with the state will take place next week. A 1540 committee delegation will visit El Salvador to support the development of a voluntary national implementation action plan. The program of work for 2017 stipulates inter alia the following elements on resolution implementation by the states. With the objective of achieving universal reporting as soon as possible, continue to strengthen efforts to encourage the remaining 16 member states that have not yet submitted the first report to do so, including by engaging in dialogue with those states. Continue to encourage member states to submit additional information regarding implementation. Encourage the expansion and undertake initiatives to strengthen the capacity of national points of contact. Continue to encourage states to identify and voluntarily report effective national practices in implementation Resolution 1540, and continue to practice of sharing compilations of effective best practices periodically. Encourage states to prepare a voluntary basis national implementation action plans as appropriate, mapping out their priorities and plans for implementing the key provisions of Resolution 1540. As Council members are aware, there are means to request assistance formally through the committee to help build capacity where needed, for implementation, of course. This assistance can be provided by states with the ability to do so and by the relevant international organizations. As mentioned in the final document of the 2016 Comprehensive Review since 2004, 56 states and 2 regional organizations have requested assistance through the committee. Of these requests, 17 came from African states, 22 from states in the Asia-Pacific region, 6 from Eastern Europe, and 11 from Latin America and the Caribbean. The committee recognizes that the system for the provision of assistance to those in need requires improvement. According to its 17th program of work, the committee will engage its working group on assistance in improving the assistance mechanism. One focus in the ongoing revision of its assistance template, which shall be finalized by end March 2017. In order to better support the states in developing more detailed and effective assistance requests. According to its program of work, The committee will also consider ways to better provide assistance, especially as a real-time response to requests made during dialogue with states, such as through securing and using additional resources, including, potentially, the use of the Trust Fund for Global and Regional Disarmament Activities. The committee also plans on reviewing all requests, offers, and related assistance programs with inter alia, a view to develop more effective matching strategies. As another part of this effort, I ask those council members that have made offers of assistance to take the lead in reviewing them, as it is clear for the offers currently published that some need updating. I pay tribute to those states that have responded to the request for assistance and encourage others with the capacity to do so, to do likewise. The record shows that generally the most relevant international organizations have responded well to requests for the assistance. I should mention in particular the International Atomic Energy Agency, the International Criminal Police Organization, the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, the World Organization for Animal Health, and the World Customs Organizations. Regional organizations have also played their part. I should mention in particular the African Union that hosted an event in 2017 dedicated to matching assistance providers directly with those requesting assistance. This was the first time that states that had requested assistance were brought together with potential providers, thereby facilitating a genuine matchmaking platform. Of the 16 African states that have requested assistance, 12 participated in the conference. This effort showed practical results and proved the value of the committee's commitment in 2016 to adopting a regional approach to the provision of assistance. I hope this to continue in other regions this year and next. As I mentioned earlier, cooperation between states is a key element in promoting effective implementation. In this regard, I'd like to point the valuable elements, including the national 1540 points of contact. In those states where they have been designated, not only do they play an important role internally as focal points for national stakeholders in the implementation of the resolution, they are also valuable to promoting cooperation between states and interaction with the committee. Today, 99 states submitted their 1540 points of contact to the committee. Since last briefing, Algeria, Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Mauritania was added. Some countries updated. The committee supports the initiatives taken by some states to hosting training courses for national 1540 points of contacts. Indeed, Resolution 2325, in its operative paragraph 8, urges the committee to continue to undertake initiatives to strengthen the capacity of such points of contact to assist on the implementation of the resolution upon request of states, including through the continuation on a regional basis of the committee's point of contact training program. Further, I understand that Morocco is planning to host a training course for French-speaking African states later this year. At the same time, I must also acknowledge the important contribution that the international organizations have made by providing instructors for these kind of training courses. The committee finds this direct and practical support to enhancing implementation of the resolution most encouraging. States are making important contributions in other ways too. For example, a regional 1540 seminar was conducted over the past 2 days hosted by Pakistan in Islamabad. Representatives from 15 states of Central, East, and South Asia, along with representatives from the 4 of the international organizations most relevant to the implementation of Resolution 5040, participated. I salute Pakistan's initiative in proposing and hosting this conference and setting a good example by covering the in-country costs. The seminar was an opportunity to promote awareness of Resolution 1540 among the policymakers. It highlighted also the national efforts by participating states and identifies challenges and opportunities in relation to regional conditions. It contributed also to identify opportunities for collaboration in terms of implementation, law enforcement, export controls, and related matters, and matching assistance needs with offers. In order to demonstrate its interest in this important event, the committee decided to second 2 members of its group of experts. As for my own country, Bolivia, will host a regional conference on 1540 implementation in October this year for Latin American and Caribbean countries. In this context, on behalf of the committee, I sincerely thank those states that have made substantial contribution to the United Nations Trust Fund for global and regional disarmament activities directly in support of 1540 implementation. Without these contributions, the committee would be severely hampered in fulfilling its mandate in overseeing the implementation of the resolution, and in particular, in facilitating capacity building where it's most needed. Canada, Germany, Japan, Spain, and Sweden have joined the list of contributors. The contributions from these and other countries are essential to the committee being able to fulfill its program of work. The committee, with the support of its group of experts and the UN Office for Disarmament Affairs, stand ready to cooperate with and, as requested, to facilitate assistance to states with their 1540 implementation efforts that will contribute to achieving our common objective to prevent the catastrophic use of weapons of mass destruction by non-state actors. I'm grateful for your attention. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank Ambassador Llorentty Solis for his briefing.